everyone! Welcome to episode 25 of Otome Shimai.
I'm Vki.
And I'm Vka.
And we are sisters who play Otome games. Today, we will be discussing a mobile Otome game in Mobile Romance Bishounen and the Go-nen. How did I end up romancing this ultra hot guy on my phone? Obey me!
Here we go again with that title. It's so well loved and so long.
It is.
Well, I'm excited we're going to be talking about Obey Me today.
Yep. We are going to start off by discussing who each character is without going into too many details, and then we'll be talking about what it is, where to get it, and how to play. But first...
Who are you doing this week?
Who are you doing this week, Vka?
I am doing Ikemen Vampire. I'm going through Mozart's roots still, and the MC just realized that she's in love with Mozart.
Gasp.
Yeah, shocking, right?
So shocking. Somebody falling in love in an Otome game? Who knew?
I know. It's crazy. What about you?
I have actually been grinding in Obey Me, partially for preparation for this episode, but also because my Obey Me tingly senses think that Season 4 might be announced soon.
Woo-hoo.
So I want to make sure that I am all leveled up and ready for that because it's not going to be easy.
So, future
Season
Vka
4,
here.
not Season 3.
In the time between
Season 4.
recording and releasing this episode, Obey Me not only announced Season 4, but they also started releasing the new lessons. So, Vicky's a prophet. Yep. I guess. Anyways, in addition, they also announced 3 new characters that we don't mention at all in this episode. Maybe next time? Anyways, back to the past. Vicky?
What season are you on?
I mean, I just barely got to Season 1. Just kidding. I finished Season 1. I just barely got to Season 2. So...
On to today's main topic.
Obey Me. The story is, you are basically whoever the heck you want to be, living your best life in the human realm, but suddenly you find yourself teleported into what really looks like an evil courtroom with a bunch of scary, but super hot men staring at you. There, you're told that you have been chosen as an exchange student to study in what's called the Devildom at RAD, or RAD, which stands for Royal Academy of Devildom, for an entire year, and you are going to live with these 7 terrifying-looking men. There's also 1 other human and 2 angels who are also exchange students, but we'll get to that later. You move in with these 7 avatars of sin, very sexy 7 avatars of sin, at the House of Lamentation, and your adventure begins.
But before we get into the gameplay mechanics, we're actually going to do a little switcheroo and tell you about the characters this time. So, to start off, the MC.
The MC is just a blank slate.
Yeah, and that's something that I really like about this game because your MC can be whoever the heck you want your MC to be. There is no physical descriptor, there's no gender, there's no nothing. Your avatar is a sheep.
Yep, a very cute sheep.
Cuddly sheep.
We love the sheep.
Love the sheep. Anyways, going into the allies of Obey Me.
We won't really say too much here about their background history because, you know, spoilers, but we can talk about our general impressions and personality quirks.
We're going to go over them from oldest to youngest. So we're going to start off with Lucifer.
Lucifer is the avatar of pride.
He's also the main dude.
That's right. It's very obvious that he's the main dude, at least from my perspective. He has got the biggest daddy vibes anyone can imagine.
Lucifer's great. I love Lucifer. He's one of my favorites. Number 2 is Mammon.
Mammon is the avatar of greed.
He's also the butt of all of the jokes.
I feel really bad for Mammon.
Yeah, and that's actually something that a lot of the fans have kind of gotten upset about with this game because Mammon can't catch a break. Everyone's really, really mean to him, and his whole thing is he's supposed to be like a greedy sleazebag, but he's actually pretty sweet to the MC, so it just makes me sad at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he does have some atrociously bad decision-making skills, but I don't know. I think he's a cute little tsun.
He's so tsun. He's so tsun. I like it. I like it. Anyways, number 3 is Leviathan, or Levi.
The avatar of envy.
He's an otaku.
Yep, he epitomizes what an otaku is.
He will call you a normie.
He will call you a normie, and he sleeps in a bathtub.
I love the bathtub.
I really do love the bathtub.
He also has a goldfish named Henry.
And Henry is a famous character from the book.
Which
we won't talk about.
Yes.
He's also a little tsundere. I really like Levy because I also am a gamer, so he speaks true to me.
Yes, I think he speaks true to a lot of people who play the game. We're like, he's one of us. Because he
exactly.
really is.
Yes, he totally is.
Number 4 is Satan.
Satan.
Satan is the avatar of wrath and Vka's favorite.
I stand Satan real hard.
Books and cats.
Yep. That's all we have to say about that.
Books and cats.
And books and cats and books and cats.
And he hates Lucifer.
Yeah. I love Satan. I also love that he loves cats. And he's super smart.
He is super smart. He's also really angry.
Yes, he is the avatar of wrath.
That is true. Number 5 is Asmodeus, or Asmo.
Asmo, the avatar of lust.
I'm too sexy for my shirt.
Too sexy for my shirt.
So sexy it hurts.
That's right, he is too sexy. He's beautiful, he's sexy, and he is obsessed with himself.
He is. He's the avatar of lust, but he's also basically the avatar of self-absorption.
Self-absorption. He is self-absorbed.
Number 6 is Beelzebub.
Beel.
Or Beru.
The avatar of gluttony.
He's also Belphegor's twin,
We'll talk about Belphegor in a minute. But Beel will eat anything.
including the kitchen sink.
He is a giant, hunky, muscly, big cinnamon roll.
He's so sweet.
He's really sweet. He's a sweet character.
He's the himbo.
Yeah, he is kind of like the stereotypical jock, quote unquote, but I don't know. I think he's a great character.
Me too. I really
sweet.
like him. He'd be a great boyfriend, honestly.
The last demon?
Number 7 is Belphegor, or Belphi, Beru's twin. He's the avatar of sloth.
Luxury pillow? Sorry, wrong game. We're not talking about Cupid Parasite. He is. He's consistently found napping or walking around with his pillow.
Also, he also hates Lucifer.
I think he's cute.
He is. He's adorable.
He's a cute little sleepy
him.
baby.
So there are some other characters who will just basically tell you their names. They're not dateable until later in the game, so maybe we'll talk about them later. Who knows? The first one is Diavolo.
Diavolo is the prince of the Devildom.
He's Daddy's boyfriend.
Yep, he is Daddy Lucifer's boyfriend. It's eluded and it is gorgeous. It is beautiful and I love it.
Next is Barubatos.
Diavolo's butler.
He makes really good tea.
Yes, he does.
Solomon.
He's the other human exchange student, a super powerful sorcerer.
Have you ever heard of King Solomon?
Yeah, actually.
That's him.
Whew, strong guy.
And then there are Simeon and Luke.
Simeon and Luke are angels. Simeon has sexy shoulders and doesn't understand how to use his phone.
Luke is a literal child and will make you cookies. And lastly, we have the little D's.
Yep, little D's?
Little demons.
Demons!
Little
yes,
demons.
that's what D
But
stands for.
They do call them little D's.
Yeah, yep, little demons. Little demons.
The main one is little D number 2. That's his name.
Little D's are basically their servants, guides, and resident troublemakers.
So those are the characters in this game. Now we're going to tell you a little bit about the gameplay, but first, just FYI, this is a mobile game, which means you can only play it on your phone, and you can get it anywhere that you can get mobile apps. So
right.
go there.
Yep, Google Play Store, Apple Store, wherever you go to download your apps, download this game. Obey Me is a free-to-play game, which means that you don't have to spend money to get through the story, but you get extra stuff if you do pay to be a VIP player. The interface for this game actually looks like a smartphone.
It's super cool.
Yep, literally like a smartphone. The different sections are phone icons, which you can reorganize. So as we're telling you about what to do and when to do it, we'll tell you if a section is an icon on your home screen. But first, we'll talk about action points. Action points, or AP, is the energy that lets you do things. It allows you to play through sections of the game, and we'll go over which actions need AP as we go through the gameplay. AP is replenished over time, and you get more as you level up.
AP is very, very important. So if you can get more AP, get more AP.
Agreed. What is also very, very important?
Money!
Money! Obey Me's currency. There's 3 of them. So the main one is Grim. It's the in-game currency, not real money. You earn it through playing the game. Then there are devil points. These actually do cost real money, but you can earn them in-game. The last one is Raven. Raven is earned by meeting with special guests and through pop quizzes. You can use these to buy certain items as well as outfits for your home screen. Next, we're going to talk about the to-do. This is a separate icon on the home screen where you go to see, well, the to-do list.
I like being told what to do. in order to succeed in video games.
That is exactly what this is.
Yay.
It's basically a list of different tasks that you complete, and here's where you go to redeem them for items. There's multiple different kinds of to-dos. The first one on the list is the dailies. These are the same every day, and they reset once every 24 hours. Make sure to complete your daily to-dos to earn up to 18 devil points every day. These devil points you want to make sure to save up to.
And we'll tell you a little bit more about why later.
The next one on your to-do list are total to-dos. These are your overall accomplishments. You can earn various items for meeting various goals. The third on the list is demons. Each one of the demons will have goals you should meet with them. For example, raising intimacy to a certain level or having them work a job a certain amount of times. Meeting these goals will get you items that have attributes related to that demon. Then there are fridge missions. Fridge missions run between noon to 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. You can do a fridge mission literally by just clicking a button that gives you extra action points. Other to-dos will also appear at the end of this list. A lot of the times, there are other missions listed, like birthday events or other events that are running. We'll talk more about events in a bit.
But how do I actually play the game? Where do I get the story?
Great question.
Well, another icon is your tasks, and this is where you do the main story. You'll be able to go through lessons by reading chapters and winning dance battles.
Lessons, chapters, dance battles.
Yes.
Got it.
So each lesson will have a page that has a number of chapters and dance battles on it. The chapters will be a visual novel style story where you can make choices that will affect your affection with each character. Please note that for the most part, these choices don't change the story. There are a few exceptions that will change a few scenes, but the overall plot will stay the same. Raising affection, however, will get you some fun extra perks, but we'll talk about those later. Dance battles will be peppered into each lesson. Dance battles will require you to create a team using cards that you have collected. Each dance battle will have different attributes, which are literally the 7 deadly sins, that you should try to match in order to win. The game will automatically recommend cards to use, but you can also choose your own. If your cards aren't quite strong enough, then you can use glow sticks, which you can purchase, that you've collected to cheer your cards on and make them a little stronger. Winning a dance battle will sometimes give you a chance to meet with a surprise guest. You can meet with one of the characters on a card you've used in the battle, poke them.
Poke, poke, poke.
Make sure you look up how they like to be poked because they don't always like to be poked in the same place.
I think that goes for most people.
That's true. And give them items that they like in order to raise their affection and occasionally earn some freebies for yourself. This is actually the main way that you can earn Raven.
But how do I know what cards I have?
Well, for that, you can go to your contacts icon. The contacts icon on your home screen is where you will find your cards. There are 2 types of cards, Demon and Memory. Demon cards are the quote-unquote main ones that dance in the battles, and Memory cards are the support. To make your cards stronger, you'll need to both level them up with Grim and unlock spots in that card's Devil's Tree. Unlocking spots in the Devil's Tree will take both gems as well as items, both of which can be earned through winning dance battles. Something to note is that it's very important that you level up both of these types of cards. Ignoring memory cards will make it very difficult for you to win battles in later lessons.
Yeah, don't forget about the memory cards. I made that mistake.
Yeah, and I've actually seen a lot of people comment online about how they have a lot of difficulty winning battles in like season 2 and season 3, and then they say, oh, well, I just haven't like unlocked any of my Devil's Trees, or I haven't leveled up any of my memory cards, and that's why. You need to do everything in order to make your cards stronger and wins.
You need high-level cards. You need to unlock the Devil's Tree. That's super important. And yes, the memory cards are important.
Yeah. But how do you get cards? Well, there are a few ways.
The number one way is by going to the nightmare icon on your home screen. So basically, your home screen has an icon at the bottom that says nightmare, and this is Obeimi's gotcha. You get 1 free gotcha pull for each of the sections after a certain amount of time passes, or you can use demon vouchers, which you can earn or buy, or use devil points to pull. Chapter A gives you demon cards. These are the main cards Vki was talking about. Chapter M are the memory cards or support cards, and Chapter G gives you both, but only the lower level ones. You can also use Grim, which is in-game currency, to pull from Chapter G. If you end up pulling some cards from the nightmare that you particularly love and have a high-level demon and memory card like an SSR, UR, or UR+, Devilgram is where you go to unlock the stories that you can get with them. Unlocking these stories takes story keys, which are earned through unlocking spaces in the Devil's Trees, and as rewards in pop quizzes.
I love Devilgram because it's actually where you get the most romance in this game.
That's a really good point. It's so true.
In the main story, there is some romance, but there aren't specific routes, at least at this point in time. Who knows what will happen later? But this is basically a harem game. The thing is, if you get a high-level demon card that's of just one specific demon, there's a pretty good chance that that card is going to give you a scene where you go on a date with that demon or get a little alone time with them.
Another thing to mention is that the memory cards always have more than one demon brother in them. It's not going to be a one-on-one date as with the demon cards. It's usually some little story that you get to learn a little bit more about the relationship between the brothers. So, as I previously mentioned, you have to use story keys to unlock these stories. And you can earn these in, like I said, Devil's Trees and as rewards in the pop quizzes. Now, speaking of pop quizzes, if there is one, there will be an icon on your home screen. And this is another way to get new cards by playing these pop quizzes. These are limited time events in the game that come with usually 2 lessons and their own, often very cute and weird, mini stories. You can earn pop quiz rewards by completing the dance battles within each lesson. I 100% recommend you take part in the events if you find them interesting. It comes with new story content and free items, especially card pieces for the special cards that are associated with the event. Every pop quiz comes with special cards that can be acquired as event and ranking rewards, as well as limited nightmares that you can pull UR and UR Plus cards from. These happen during the limited run of the event. It's alright if you can't get all the rewards you want during the run of the event, because you can always play it again through the Lonely Devil. This Lonely Devil is an icon on your home screen that lets you unlock and play/replay previous pop quizzes. If you particularly love an event, you can replay the event to get the remaining items here by using either 10 Devil points or a Lonely Devil ticket, which can be acquired through pop quiz rewards. Lonely Devil events save your previous progress so that you don't have to start over, and it gives you more time to run through your desired event and get all those items to help you upgrade your cards.
But what if I don't have enough items to upgrade my cards now? How do I get them?
That's a great point. There is another way.
There is another way, and that would be Bootcamp.
Yay, Bootcamp!
And this is another thing where if there is a bootcamp going on, it will be an icon. Bootcamps are another great way to gain items for card upgrades. These usually run opposite of pop quizzes, but sometimes they overlap, usually if it's someone's birthday.
Yes.
The goal is to gather quote-unquote cheering Henrys, remember that's Leviathan's goldfish, to redeem for bootcamp rewards. There are no rankings in bootcamps, but it's a great way to use your AP and continue to enjoy your game if you're caught up with the story, because you'll always need more items to upgrade the cards with.
What is another thing you need to upgrade your cards with?
Grim! I need money!
Yes, you need lots of Grim.
So how do I get the Grim? Well, it's a good thing you've got a bunch of demons who are in love with you and do whatever you say. Because you can go to the jobs icon and send your minions, angels and demons, to work to get some hard-earned Grim. The longer they work, the more Grim they earn, and each character has their own preference for where they like to work. For example, Belfi likes the mausoleum.
Probably because he gets to sleep, and it's very boring.
So you can gain extra affection for sending him there. F2P players can send 3 at a time, whereas VIPs can send 5.
But what's the point of gaining affection in the first place?
Well, your boyfriends will call you.
That's it? Oh, nice.
Yeah. Your phone icon is where you have access to these phone calls. If you go to history via the phone icon, this is the perk for raising affection. You can find calls from the individual demons. You'll get a different call for every 5 affection levels you gain with them. The choices that you make during these calls don't affect your affection or gameplay, but it's really, really nice to have. Also, if it's your birthday, everyone calls you.
Oh, I love that part. I love hearing all the voice actors wish me a happy birthday in game.
The other thing that you can get through your phone icon is your friends list. You can add other players as friends to send and receive AP. You can send and receive a total of 50 AP per day, so make sure that you try to have at least 50 friends on your list.
One thing I wanted to mention about the phone icon is that this game is not fully voiced in each chapter. So this is where you really get to hear the voice actors shine. It's through listening to their calls and going through all of the stories and making sure that you get to hear your favorite demon boyfriend. Oh, I love it.
It is really fun. It's really great. So raise those affection points, get those phone calls.
What's another thing we can do?
I mean, you can't just have, like, one phone call every 5 affection points with the person who you're dating, with the 7 people you're dating, with the more than 7 people you're dating.
It is a harem game.
It is a harem game. You can also go to the chat icon to text your demon boyfriends.
Well, respond to their texts at least.
Yeah, there are a few different things that trigger text messages, so be sure to check every day. There are daily chats, which are sent on a regular schedule depending on how long you've been playing the game. There are also texts that directly correspond to where you are in the story, so be sure to read these to get a little bit more information about what's going on.
Yeah, don't be like me and wait till the very end of playing this game and then read all your chats in one go, because you will have no idea what was going on.
Yeah, you really should read them as you go. Lastly, you can unlock chats in certain cards' devil trees. These texts usually correspond with the Devilgram story that goes with the card, so be sure to read the Devilgram story before you unlock the text messages.
Good point.
But, you know, one thing that I did notice when I logged in is that there was stuff on my screen other than the icons.
Good point. You are going to see your favorite demon boyfriend, or at least after you put him there, on your home screen. And you can do that using the Majorish icon. This is where you set up the home screen and view information and images of each character. You can choose any character to put on your screen. Well, if they're dateable at least. Sometimes during an event, you get a bonus for setting a specific character here. You also can get access to backgrounds, music, and voice lines. These are all from the Devil's Trees in certain cards. You can set and play them as you like per character as long as you have them unlocked. One interesting thing that I like is that you can change how your boyfriend looks. You want him to wear something cute and frilly? He can wear something cute and frilly. You can dress them in different clothes depending on if you have them unlocked. Now, outfits can be gained just like backgrounds, music, and voice lines by unlocking the spaces in Devil's Trees for certain cards, but you can also buy them by purchasing them through Akuzan.
Akuzan?
Speaking of Akuzan, Akuzan is an icon on your home screen that is the source of all of Levy's enjoyment, basically. I mean, he's an otaku. He wants his otaku goods. Basically, Akuzan is Amazon for Obemi, but we didn't say that. You can buy nearly anything you'd need here to help you progress through the game. The last thing that we want to mention is the DevilTube icon. This is relatively new. When they release the animated episodes, this is where they get posted on release day. You can click through to view all the episodes if you're VIP.
Like me.
Like Vki. But if you're like me and you are just playing free to play, you can access a few of the anime episodes too. Of course, they want you to pay though. There's also other content there, such as the voice actors' podcasts, music videos, and other songs.
Speaking of songs,
Vki and I recently, or rather this summer, not that recently, were driving up to our parents' cabin and we decided that we were going to listen through all of the character songs.
Yeah, I think the last individual song had come out at that point. No, it wasn't the last individual song, it was the last group song had come out at that point. So we literally had like I think it was 10 or 11 different songs that we could listen to, and you hadn't heard any of them yet.
I didn't even know that they had character songs.
So we put a playlist on, and we were just like, we're going to listen to all of them, and we paused, and we critiqued each one afterwards, and I mean, some of the voice actors are really, really good singers. Like, some of these songs are bangers. Like, we were into it.
Yeah, some of these I actually put on my regular music playlist to listen to while I'm working.
Yeah, so go ahead and check those songs out. Let us know which ones are your favorite. Send us a message on Twitter, send us an email, check us out on Instagram, just talk to us, type, send it our way.
Yes, I want to know. I also kind of regret that we didn't turn that into a podcast episode, but I have a feeling we would get
copyrighted? I don't think they would have been happy with that.
Either way, we loved it. I love the character songs.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go over some final tips on gameplay.
So, here's the thing. You don't have to pay for VIP to enjoy the game. But if you want the extra goodies,
which are items and content for the price,
then go ahead and do that. I do. It's $10 a month, and considering how often I play this game, I think it's worth it.
For me, I don't really play it every day the same way you do, so free to play is the way to go. But it is really nice to have those extra goodies.
Yeah, like for example, I get extra AP, I get extra slots for jobs, the cooldown time for the gacha is less. Plus, I get extra devil points every month.
Oh, how nice. I mean, devil points are super important.
They are.
You can get those and other types of goodies through doing your dailies as well. That's something to remember to do. Just do your dailies because you will get AP, you will get Grim, you will get devil points, you will get a lot of extra things to help you progress through the game.
Yeah, and you really want to always have at least 100 devil points for flash sales.
Leveling up sometimes comes with a special offer of Grim, AP, glow sticks, tickets, and keys for 99 devil points. We recommend buying one whenever you get the opportunity to because tickets and keys are hard to get in the game.
Yeah, they really, really are. So flash sales are super helpful. Just try to buy things when you can.
The last tip that we have is to learn your favorite demon's sweet spots for surprise guest time.
Yes, and there are guides on this, so you don't have to do it by trial and error, which is nice.
Yeah, but I think it's really, really important to do because every time you get a surprise guest, if you make them go doki doki every time, then you're guaranteed a free item.
It also raises your affection points a lot more, so you'll get those phone calls that much faster.
Yes. So, final thoughts?
Obey Me is a great game. I love the story. I love the characters. When you go into it, though, you have to understand, number one, it's a harem game. Like, they're all gonna love you no matter what, and although you do have, like, cute little side stories, and there is a main guy, and you do have the chance to have, like, little bits of romance with each character, you're not gonna have a specific route with each character.
Yes, exactly. Not like a traditional Otome game where you go through and you want to date one character only. Like you said earlier, the decisions that you make don't really make that much of a difference.
Yeah, there are some scenes where they do, but it's not a difference to the story. It's more a difference to little side scenes.
I particularly love playing this game kind of in a different way than you. I don't play daily, which is why I'm free to play. But my favorite thing about this game are the events. The little side stories are so kooky and crazy and fun, and that's what draws me to this game. I do know that I have to play, semi-daily in order to level up my cards so I can get through them. But I don't know. I think that's one of my favorite things is they are really, really consistent in coming out with game content.
They are. There's constant game content, which is why you gotta grind.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's the other thing that you really need to understand when you go in to start playing Obey Me. This is a grinding game, and it's something that it's going to take time for you to level up. It's not going to be something that you'll be able to do in one day unless you want to spend a lot of money.
I can't even imagine trying to do all this story in a day.
There are some whales.
Oh,
there are some whales,
gracious.
but I can't even imagine. Like, they probably spend thousands of dollars on this game, and I'm just like, I have bills.
I like to spread my experience across multiple days of enjoyment. So I will not be doing that. But I will say that Obey Me is like no other Otome game I've played before. I really like the phone interface. I really like the way that they do the stories, the way that they roll out additional content. Another thing is that you don't have to choose a favorite character. Of course, you can, and you can stand for your favorites, but it's a harem game. You can date them all.
I do. I'm a hoe.
Do you have a favorite character?
It changes. I like all of them. I think there are some that I like more than others, but I really do like all of them.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I really like about this game. It's that I don't have to necessarily break anyone else's hearts, although there are some angsty parts where it's like, oh, you can like do this and semi-break someone's heart. But, story.
I think the thing is that they are a wonderful group of brothers that you get to know, and you don't have to choose one over the others.
They will all love you no matter what.
Exactly.
And that is the story.
Anyways, thanks for joining us on another episode of
Mobile Romance, Bishounen on the Go-nen. How did I end up romancing this ultra hot guy on my phone? Obey Me.
Oh, wow, you're so good at that.
Thank you.
If you like what you hear and would like to support us, we have a Buy Me a Coffee account where you can donate to us keeping the podcast going.
We also have a Twitter and Instagram where you can stay updated on what we're up to and other cool Otome-related stuff.
Thanks everyone for listening. Bye!